Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had said that on that day, nothing will benefit you. On the day of judgment, nothing will benefit you. Your wealth will not benefit you. Your children will not benefit you. What will benefit you is that if you present yourself to Allah with qalbun salim. And this qalbun salim, as I said, is the heart that has taqwa seated in it. This is a heart that when presented to Allah would get a green chit, no questions asked, entry into Jannah. So this is the state of excellence. This is the state that we need to be aiming to work towards. It does not mean that anybody who is a person of Iman and that has not developed qalbun salim may not be forgiven. That does not mean. This means that this is like, if you want to know what is par excellence, this is the par excellence. This is what one should be working towards. If we fail and we don't achieve it, at least we could show that, Ya Allah, we were working towards it. We were trying to be like that. Or at least, at minimum, in our hearts, we should have this desire that, Ya Allah, I want to have that. Because if we even have that desire that, Ya Allah, I want to be at that state, which is qalbun salim, then Allah would say that this person, because of the circumstances that he was in, could not get there, but he wished for it. He did not think that it was an insignificant thing. He knew that this was a valuable thing. He knew that this is a state that I prefer to have, and he wanted to have that. So what is qalbun salim? What makes a person of qalbun salim? As I said, that if we look into the life of Sayyidina Ibrahim alayhi salam, we will realize that there were certain qualities that Sayyidina Ibrahim had that actually made him a person who had a sound heart. And I want us to bear these qualities in mind, because if we have these qualities, inshallah, even if they are not at the level as Sayyidina Ibrahim had them, but if we have these qualities, then we can be hopeful that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, or if we strive to have these qualities, we can be hopeful that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala would appreciate the efforts that we would put in and would allow us to be counted among those who had qalbun salim. The first quality that Sayyidina Ibrahim alayhi salam had, he was grateful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala under all circumstances. He was not a person who complained. At every occasion would crib about the circumstances that he is in. He would not be a person who would compare himself with others and say that, oh, he has it better and I have less. He would always be thankful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And inshallah, as we will talk through about the life of Sayyidina Ibrahim, we'll realize that he has gone through some major tests. He has gone through some major difficulties, right from his childhood all the way to his adulthood. Old age, he was tested in such occasions that even Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala on one point in time said that this was a great test. But yet we find that Allah himself says that Shakiralli an umihi. He was somebody who was always grateful for what he has been blessed with. When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala highlights a quality of someone, that can only mean that that quality was highly dominant in him. If Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying that Sayyidina Ibrahim alayhi salam was a person who was shakir, who was thankful, who was grateful, that means that he indeed was grateful. I always remind my friends that the number one thing through which shaitan gets to us, and this is his declared agenda, his declared plan, he had laid it out to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that I will come and get to people because they will be not thankful. They will be ungrateful.